starting soon.
I don't think you can hear me.
Well, I could.
Oh, no, you can. You're good.
Okay, so we should be live on YouTube. All right. Yeah, all right. So...
All right, I've got the comments pulled up for Box Pop and Beauty. Let me pull up the comments for the bunker.
I've got it up for YouTube.
Nice.
So let me move this over here. All right, guys. We got one person who's playing it back on YouTube. We're starting here in a second. We're letting people get in. If you're out there, let us know in the chat.
All right, I've got comments galore. Oh, whoa, that's too loud.
We're starting. All right. There once was a couple guys running a stream, waiting for it to start, waiting for people to show up. How are we looking? We got anybody in the chat yet?
Not in the chat. We got people are trickling in for the starting soon sign and the voiceover.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and let's transition into our beautiful faces.
Ooh.
This is the first time we're ever doing this live.
Yeah.
All right. Get ready. Here we go. Transition. Bam. How smooth was that?
I'm still waiting to see it.
Yeah? Are you waiting to see it? Well, what's our delay looking like? 10 seconds?
There we go. Now we got faces.
All right. So
whatever that was,
all right.
That's the delay.
All right. That's the. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold up my hand, and you count the seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Now.
So we're about 11 to 12 second delay.
Yeah. There you go.
Cool. Again, if you're on YouTube, let us know. If you're watching this on Facebook, in the comments, let us know.
We've got Angela over on Box Pop and Beauty's page watching it. Hey, Angela.
Yep, we'll give you a shout out. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe in the comments, tell us your favorite autograph.
Ooh.
And then maybe we'll talk about your autograph.
Or I'm sure Marco has a story. Marco has a story. You can we can play a game one time. We could play throw out a name and see if Marco doesn't have a story.
Probably that would be good. I'd take your challenge. Give me a name. That would be
Give a name and see if Marco does not have a personal story of some 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon with this person.
With that person. That'll have to be a good one, but
that'd be a fun one, man.
Don't have a lot prepped for tonight. It's this last week is killing me.
Yeah, well, this is like the norm. So for people who are new to Autograph of the Month Club, Marco, especially with the current climate, he has to do everything via Zoom and via the mail. So when we get to the beginning, Angela's spamming the comments. When we get to the beginning of the month, it's kind of his busy time because he's got to get everything out, get everything in, prep everything to send off. And if you have never gotten a Autograph of the Month Club from Marco before, you will know that his packing is superb, which means that it just takes him even longer to do.
Thank you. Yeah, and this month's autographs, I'll be packing up this weekend and shipping them out like on Tuesday.
Because it's a holiday.
Because of the holidays. Which is actually better because whenever I've shipped before a holiday, things actually take longer and get lost because they end up sitting in like some distribution center an extra day or a box and things get... I've noticed that things get moved around or left or something more when I'm shipping before a holiday than I do after.
Well, any corporate shills like ourselves will know, like when you get to your Friday, especially a holiday Friday, you're ready to go, man. So, like, you might be a little bit lackadaisical on the 150, 200 envelopes that come from Marco.
Yeah, but
Hey to Geo Ram in the Box Pop and Beauty one, and we've got top fan Paul Lawrence in the 258 West stream, and Paul already threw out Chevy Chase.
ooh, yeah, I have a Chevy Chase story. Well, I mean, not really a story, but I do actually have some autographs from him. I got to meet him during the Paley Fest
Okay.
out in California. I used to go every year, and Community had panels a few times, and so he signed probably about 3 pieces for me, and I got to meet Donald Glover one of the nights. Got a picture with him. It's so out of focus, the one with me and Donald Glover. I'm so bummed. But
he's one of my favorites, both music wise and acting.
Yeah.
I love Donald Glover.
He's insanely talented.
Absolutely.
And he's like one of those generational talents. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Community was such a good show too. Like another show that just took a cast of just like all these people and just put it together, and it just fit.
Yep. I mean, Donald and Abed,
Oh my God, yeah.
Troy and Abed in the morning. I mean, we're doing our best to imitate them on this show, right?
Yeah. We are like a combination of, if you took Troy and Abed and you took oh gosh, what's their name? Why does it always happen like this? But what's their names from Big Bang Theory? And you combine them together.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what we are. And I just have, my fro is just Jewish instead.
Yeah, I got. But yeah, so so I got to meet him. I got to sign a couple things. Other than that, not much interaction with him other than him signing. I think I have 2, maybe 3 cast pieces with him on it.
Okay.
But so that would be my Chevy Chase thing.
There you go.
I know he's trying to get back into the business. I know he's been blackballed. Nobody really wants to work with him anymore. But he's trying, I guess, to get back.
So we've got Simon from the UK. Good morning, Simon. He said, good morning from the UK.
Good morning from the UK. Well,
not bad.
Well, good morning to you too, Simon.
Here's what I'm curious about. So, like, 258 West shows 8 viewers, and Box Pop and Beauty shows 8 viewers. I'm curious if that's 8 viewers combined, or if we have 8 viewers on Box Pop and Beauty stream and 8 viewers on the 258 West. So we got 16 total. I don't know.
I think I'm going to vote with 8 total, because I think it's just too much of a coincidence that it's 8 and 8.
Well, see, now one's 7 and one's 8.
But does it?
And now one's 7 and one's 6.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Who knows? Anyway,
we'll come back to that. I mean,
yeah,
it's not a science. I mean, we have one person watching on YouTube, it looks like.
Ooh, hello, YouTube.
But if those of you on Facebook, go check out the YouTube. I think you can put a link to the YouTube one, I guess, maybe.
The My Fandom TV?
Yeah, actually, I can drop a link.
Yeah, drop a link.
Copy. Link.
So while he's dropping links, oh, hey, Josh, good to see you. Josh Scott just popped up. So while he's dropping links, I want to just say to people who in the bunker took part in the guessing game for Autograph of the Month Club. Obviously we don't know if we are right or wrong yet, but I want to say that it was a lot of fun. I like seeing the interaction. I forget who it was, but whoever threw out Claire was brilliant. I did not think of Claire at all. So whoever threw out Claire, well done. Hey Stacy, good to see you. Stacy saying, "Hey Marco, hey Michael."
One of these days we're gonna have Stacy on.
Yeah, we're gonna have
guest.
Stacy on as a guest one of these days. But yeah, so for all of you, if you took part in the guessing, I know that the majority of people guessed either DJ or Lauren, but there were some great additional names that were thrown out.
And if you've got more guesses, keep guessing. I mean, most people aren't going to get them until, like I said, probably middle to late next week. So
yeah, I'm surprised that not a lot of people. Maybe just because they assume his cost, but also I was surprised not a lot of people threw out Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Because he fits too.
I know.
So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you look at, that's why I love doing it, and that's why I'm looking forward to doing it every month, because you look at like these names that you just don't think about. Like when going into the post, I had two names. I had DJ and I had Lauren, and I was like, okay, this is why Marco didn't announce a gender, because if he announced a gender and I'm like, okay, I've got DJ or Lauren, he announces a gender. Oh, now we know who it is. So I'm like, all right, so it's one of these two. Definitely. And then somebody was like, well, what about Claire? And I was like, oh, shit. And then I was thinking, well, what about Jeffrey? And so you start like going down this little rabbit hole where you start going back and kind of looking at people who were in Supernatural and then looking at the other things that they were in. And you kind of, it's such a fun little ride to kind of like expand your knowledge base about these actors.
Well, that's like I said, I've always wanted to try to make this the Autograph of the Month Club an experience as much as it is about the autograph.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of you out there do support it by buying the multiple add-ons and, you know, my other deals here, and it helps out a lot. Because every time I go into these negotiations with the actors, they always want just a little bit more every single month, you know, and so I have to up the amount of autographs, or I have to up the amount of, you know, per autograph type of thing. And so every little bit helps.
Well, see, and that's also where I was like, you talked about in the last episode, you talked about the fact that sometimes you have to figure out some additional variants because they want to sign X number.
Right.
And so you need to make it worth your while.
Well, also,
so then I'm like, well, so if he has to make it worth his while, that means it's a more expensive autograph. So why couldn't it be Jeffrey? Why couldn't it be Lauren?
Well, also, like, if I think I can do well on the back end, let's say in 2 months, and I release it on the website, right? Then I will also spend a little bit more, and actually take a loss on the Autograph of the Month Club. So I don't mind taking a loss on the Autograph of the Month Club if I think it's a good enough deal to where I can sell the extras that I get signed, you know, for 40, 50, 60 bucks down the road.
Yeah, because then you're taking one, even if you sell it for 40, it's like you're selling two Autograph of the Month Club. You're doubling it. You know what I mean? And I will say this should be for anybody watching right now who maybe missed last month or last week's show with the reveals of the variants and stuff. You do still have time. Marco has said before, if you go to Autograph of the Month Club, you sign up, send Marco a message either on Facebook or send him an email. His email is on there, and contact him and say, hey, I know I signed up in September, but I want September's. And you can do that up until people like myself start getting them and showing off what it is.
Sometimes, I mean, it adds quite a bit of work, but yeah, I don't mind helping people out if they want to get in before I ship them.
Yeah, so like you have like right now he's waiting to get them back. So like he said, he's shipping after the holiday. Now, like once he ships them out, it's kind of like, all right, doors closed.
And the reason behind that is because, you know, we get people that don't want to sign up, and then once they know who's in it, then they're like, yeah, can I get that for $20? And I'll be like, no.
Yeah,
exactly. That's not fair to the people who are paying the $20 and not knowing who it is. You know what I mean? If I then turn around and started selling them for $20. You know.
Did you have a lot of people do that when you sent out Eccleston?
I've not really. I mean, like I said, autographs are such a niche.
Yeah.
And at that time, I really wasn't promoting the Autograph of the Month Club as much, so it kind of flew under the radar. You know what I mean? Because all the people who knew about it got it.
Yeah, that's the thing. So like I can't imagine, like I'm not a Doctor Who fan,
right.
but I'm knowledgeable about the autograph community, and so I feel like if you're a niche, you know, you'd be like at least maybe knowledgeable about your niche. So yeah, when I saw that, like,
Well,
and I see some of the names that Marco's gotten, like back in the beginning, like, you know, 2 years ago, like some of those names are like, wow, like today that's amazing, but 2 years ago probably people were like meh, but like if they got it today. But Chris Eccleston is like, when you sent it out, he's a huge name already.
well, we can talk actually a little bit about Chris Eccleston. I tried to get, before even Doctor Who, I tried to get him to sign for Heroes.
Okay.
And he wouldn't sign. He actually had almost a religious, you know, I guess, what would you say, like a religious
Like belief?
belief in not signing autographs,
Really?
you know, for money or whatever it was. He was a super hard autograph to get, like around that time, and most people, the most ones on the market were all fake.
Yeah.
And then Heroes came out, or not Heroes, but Doctor Who came out afterwards, and I tried again, and again he wouldn't, and then he had all the drama on Doctor Who, you know, and really wanted to have nothing to do with it after he left. And it wasn't until, you know, last year that he started signing autographs and doing shows and all that kind of stuff, and that was one of the reasons why his autographs were so much at these conventions, because it was not available prior to then. You know what I mean?
I heard also, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard he also doesn't like something happened. He doesn't like signing Thor stuff. He didn't like his role in Thor.
That I don't know.
There's something about he didn't like. Maybe somebody watching might know, but he didn't like Thor. Karen says hi. Hey Karen. Karen, did you join before September or did you join just now?
She joined before.
Nice, Karen. Karen's in. She said she just joined. And then I got my old buddy from Twitch, Tom. Tom is here. If anybody is watching and they are on the Box Pop and Beauty stream, you see Tom Bree there. Definitely go find Mr. Gumbercules on Twitch and on YouTube. He broke the world record for Minecraft art.
Minecraft art.
Yeah, he did. I don't know if Tom's still watching, but he did something like I think it was close to like 4 million, maybe more. 4 million like block art. Like he literally created like a piece of art in Minecraft that was like over 4 million blocks or something. Like, it's crazy. Took him an insane amount of time.
Well, if anybody is listening and has any questions, let me know.
Yeah.
We're just kind of just hanging out, chatting today. Don't have really much, you know, slated or planned today. Like I said, the week has been crazy for me. I've been doing this launching that crypto company, and a crypto podcast, and been doing interviews and stuff for that, and it's been a lot of work, and so
Marco's a busy dude, and on top of that, like I said, he's getting the signing done. So we talked last week about, you know, we talked about Nick Stahl last week, so we don't really have we can't talk about the August signer until the end of this month, so we can't really talk about that. And obviously we don't know September's yet. So yeah, Michael Harrison in the chat says he only just started signing Doctor Who stuff and still no on Thor. And I don't know what the story is, but he hates. See, I think you could at Rose City Comic Con where he was which was right around the same time that you sent him out for $20, and he was $100 at this convention. I do think he had a thing that said, like, if it's from Thor, it's 125. Like, he wanted extra money. He did not enjoy something about being the Frost Giant in Thor. Something he hated. I don't know.
Maybe I need to mark up my Thor autographs from him.
Yeah, if you've got Thor, definitely.
It was one of the ones I shipped out. That was for sure. Because
there you go.
That was one of the months that everybody got random stuff.
I
everything
remember,
but Doctor Who.
I remember hearing that, like, sometimes you used to have like different photographs, but now this custom photograph route you've been going down, you're killing it.
Well, I have a lot more control when I do the signings myself, like the private signings.
Yeah.
Where when I was buying the sign outs off of like Mike and off Phoenix Comic Con and stuff, I had to rely on the photos that they had and the stuff that they got signed.
I'm curious if conventions come back and they bring in these celebrities for a convention, and then because of the climate, for whatever reason, people don't flock like they hope that they will. You might get some crazy sign-outs.
Well, it all depends. Like, the problem with the sign-outs, and probably why I won't do them again, is the fact that they do the same actors over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And so the only reason that I was able to get what I got was because I bought like their last, 8 years worth of inventory. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And so...
And knowing you're probably still sitting on a bunch of it.
Oh, yeah. The problem is a lot of it's... I'm waiting for the right time to release some of it, in the right situation. It's like either there's not enough for the Autograph of the Month Club, there's not really enough for an add-on, or there's too many different... Like, I might have a person for an add-on, right?
Yeah.
But I might only have 20 of them, and 10 are from one project and 10 are from another.
So, is it that the Thomas Wayne Joker, that was a sign out, right? The add-on? Yeah.
That was an add-on.
That was great. That was I mean...
But see, I had 30 of those, so I was able to do that as an add-on to that month.
I think that's great. So do you have... I mean, going into like the background of doing Autograph of the Month Club, for like worst case, like we talked a little bit, like there was without telling me who the people were, you kind of told me like, hey, the original person you wanted for September fell through, so then you were scrambling to figure out like what to do for the next person for September. So do you have like a stack from sign outs, like just in case all else fails, you can do this?
Oh, not right now.
No.
Yeah, right now it's pretty much month to month on the private signings, working out the deals.
So basically, you just have basically stacks from the sign outs for variants or for add-ons down the line, basically.
Yeah. I mean, there was only 1 month where I kind of missed the mark.
Yeah.
And that was I did this comedian, I forget what his name was, but he was from a British show. And I ended up not having enough by the end of the month. I was like 30 short.
Oy.
So I ended up like reaching out to like 30 of like the main people who'd been around and said, hey, look, this is who the person is if you want to know. And, I have somebody else that I can, get you, if, you're not into this person, or you can get that person. And some people stuck with the person, and some people went with an alternate. So I was able to at least fill it out. But that was like only happened 1 month.
That's got to be stressful too. So on Box Pop and Beauty's page, Karen shared that she's only 15 years late, but she just started watching Supernatural last week. Karen, you are in for a wild ride. I will personally tell you, after season 5, stick with it a little bit because it's going to get a little weird, and then it's going to come back.
A little weird is an understatement.
Yeah. But, so stick up to season 5. Like, you're going to watch season 5, and you're going to get to that season 5 finale, and you're going to be like, holy shit, this was the best show ever, and they can end it. And Marco has shared the reason for that is because when shows come out for networks, they have a 5-year contract. So
Right.
they always plan like the first 5 years. So after season 5, things get a little weird, but it does eventually come back around. So stick with it. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
And then Karen threw out, did you ever get Jensen and Jared's autographs?
No, because they were locked in with creation, and
Yeah.
so the only way to really get with their signatures was through creation.
Yeah. So
And
Karen, if there, some people get them, some people get Jared and Jensen street sig wise because is it there? That's one of the shows that films up in Washington, like you talked about, right?
Vancouver, yeah.
Yeah, in Vancouver. So some people get their street sigs, but for the most part, Karen, the way that it works to get Jared and Jensen is you have to go to a creation con, and Jared and Jensen are only available to platinum and gold ticket holders. And so when you say a platinum ticket, I believe costs around $1,072.
Or look up Joe. Is Joe Cohen watching right now? Joe,
I
are you
don't know.
out there?
Joe, are you here?
I think he's got a ton of them because he was a
Well,
platinum member for a while.
I know Paul Lawrence has gone. I think Paul's gone to Creation Con, and it's just gone up. Like it didn't used to be $1,000-something.
Yeah.
It's just gone up. So,
but yeah, I mean the reason why the 5-year thing is the actors then have to renegotiate contracts, and they usually get a huge bump in pay.
yeah.
But you know what? Something we can talk about right now.
What's that?
How Cobra Kai is blowing up now that it's on Netflix.
Woo! Tell me, I read that. So I told Kendall. So on August 25th,
Right.
I showed Kendall. I was like, I went into Kendall's Netflix and I added Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3, and then I added Cobra Kai. And I said to her, because I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, I did too.
I said to her, I said, at least watch Karate Kid 1. You don't really need to watch 2 and 3, but you could. But I said, at least watch Karate Kid 1, and then I want you to catch up on Cobra Kai. And she's like, I don't, and I'm like, just trust me. And so she hasn't watched Cobra Kai yet, but then I showed her, I was like, all these articles came out that's like, Netflix makes Cobra Kai the #1 show in America.
Well, I mean, I always know, like, you know, I was over at my sister's house, you know, last week, and they were like, "Yeah, we just watched season 1 and 2 of Cobra Kai like nonstop." And then my dad, you know, I was talking to him, and he was just watching Cobra Kai season 1 and 2 nonstop. And for it to get to my dad, you know, it's like blowing up.
My only concern is I really hope that Netflix doesn't try to change a good thing. They had the style down for YouTube. You know what I mean?
If anything, they make it a little bit darker.
Maybe.
But I mean,
it got pretty dark at the end.
It got pretty dark at the end, but if anything.
Did you see? Have you watched the trailer
for the season 3?
Where it's kind of like a montage of the first movie, then season 1 and 2, and then like 10 seconds of season 3.
Oh no, I haven't.
There's an interesting part. Like there's Ralph Macchio's character is like sparring with somebody, and he hits the mat, and he goes, "Mr. Miyagi wouldn't lie to me. He told me everything," or something like that. And then like a sigh comes down next to his head, and somebody says, "He didn't tell you everything." I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, are they trying to bring in like the Karate Kid 2 where they went to Japan? Like, are they trying to like incorporate the other movies now?
Could be. Jackie Chan and is going to show up with
yeah,
Jaden Smith.
Or we get what's her name from $1 Million Baby.
There you go. But
from the new Karate Kid.
Well, we know that I guess I'm not going to spoil it because I just thought of a spoiler at the end of season 2. But I'm not going to talk about it. But I will tell you that I just got. I'm going to sit down and write a review for this month's Autograph of the Month Club. You know,
is it going to be Cobra Kai?
Oh no, I think I might have already written one for Cobra Kai.
Okay.
No, but there's a new show that's basically Game of Thrones on Netflix.
Okay.
It's called Cursed. It is
Okay.
so good, and
Huh.
I hate Netflix because they don't advertise their shows, right?
Yeah.
And there's two
They advertise their
shows.
shows on Netflix, but they don't advertise their shows on regular TV.
Yeah, and there's two shows that are phenomenal. You know that there was the I did the review for
The Nun one.
the Nun, the Warrior Nun,
Yeah,
right?
Warrior Nun.
And Cursed blew me away because like the trailers that they play for Cursed makes it look like some cheesy like Xena knockoff or something. You know, like that kind of even that kind of like visual editing, but it is gorgeous, right? And it's actually written by Frank Miller.
Somebody's been telling me The Binge. Have you seen The Binge?
No, but
apparently it's on Netflix, and because I like The Purge, people are telling me I have to watch The Binge. It's like I think it's supposed to be like a comedy, The Purge.
Right. Well, but back to the Curse, right?
Yeah.
It's written by Frank Miller. You know, from the 300. You know, Batman Year One, Dark. You know,
Sin City.
Sin City. And this other guy, I can't remember his name, Kenneth something, is the.
Okay.
But it was a graphic novel, and it's. I won't spoil too much here, but basically, it's the whole King Arthur story.
Mm-hmm.
But it starts with the Lady in the Lake.
Oh, okay.
So she's actually like there's this this cult of the Red Paladins, which is like a religious cult that's going around slaughtering all of the Fae.
Okay.
And the Lady of the Lake is this Fae girl with like this thing, and she has to get the sword to Merlin, right? And,
interesting.
And then like she meets up with Arthur, and like there's just and you know like it's just a really really interesting take. But the really cool thing about it is the reason I say it's a lot like Game of Thrones is because you have Uther Pendragon, right, trying to get to the sword. You have Merlin trying to get to the sword. You have the Vikings that are coming in, fighting the lands, trying to get to the sword. You have
so you've
the
got
church,
all these different like factions.
Yeah, you have
factions.
the church, right, with the Pope and all them, and their secret armies coming after the sword. Everybody's coming after the sword. So rather than like the throne, the Iron Throne, it's the sword of power, right?
Yeah.
And so and they play it off, and it's just brutal, like the violence in it as well.
Yeah.
And you know, it's got that whole. I don't know if you watch Spartacus. You know, kind of like the action sequences.
The original show, or the original movie, or the show?
The show. Where like
show? No, I didn't.
You gotta watch Spartacus, man. Come on.
I know.
But
I have so much on my list. We're still I think 2 years behind on the CW superhero shows. Like we're trying to catch up on it. Like honestly, the only show that I think we're up to date on is Supernatural.
But and Evil, of course.
Oh, and Evil. Hey, Joe's here. We got Joe.
Hey, Joe. We were just talking about you.
Yeah. Joe's talking. Joe said, "Good show, Cursed," and he said Supernatural creation shows gone to 15. Started out maybe 300 to 400 for gold. Yeah, it's gone. I mean, so I did the math though. So if you look at, I hate to say it, but that VIP, platinum, and gold ticket, or gold ticket, it does include like you don't just get Jared and Jensen. You get Misha. You get Mark Pellegrino. You get a lot of autographs. So if you take like all the autographs that you get and you divide it by the cost that you're paying for the show, or for the, the fact that they include the autographs, I could see if I just went to a convention that was Supernatural, that like, I pay to get in and then I pay per autograph, you probably end up paying the same amount.
Well, like I said, it goes back to the whole experience and thing as well, where it's part of it is the experience. They put on a show. It's like a carnival, you know. They do karaoke. They do, you know.
Yeah, see, Joe just said the same thing. 1,000 for gold is not bad. You spend that at a con. Yeah. See, I think the thing that people, and I'm one of those people that I missed is that even though you spend a lot for a gold, they give you a lot of autographs for it.
But at the same time, you have to keep in mind, you know, $1,000 for some people extra is like their extra budget for the entire year.
Oh no, absolutely.
Yeah,
but
so, I mean,
for somebody like me, I easily spent $1,000 just on all the autographs that I got at Rose City Comic Con. You know, that $40 to $60 a pop adds up real quick.
So that just shows you how much of a value the Autograph of the Month.com club is, right?
Beautiful segue.
Because for only $20.
$20 for only $20 a month.
So we're doing,
and it includes authentication.
We're doing half geek here for only $20. $20.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's, you know, when you divide it, I will tell you guys, Kendall and I have before the baby came along. Kendall and I did talk about going to a Supernatural Creation Con, because the idea was, since we have to buy 2 tickets, the idea was Kendall would do like some kind of sick, maybe like a metal sign or something, like a cast piece. So Kendall's autographs would all be cast piece, and my autographs would all be Funkos. So I would get like all of my Funkos signed, and Kendall would do a whole cast piece.
Well, does it work like that at Creation? Maybe Joe can answer. Do they let you sign your own stuff, or do they pre-sign a lot of that stuff? I think they pre-sign a lot of it.
So I think if I read it correct, Joe can tell us. If I read it correct, I think the silver ticket, you get an autograph from them, but I think the gold ticket, you can bring something.
Yeah,
but Joe can answer.
I did a Star Trek convention one time in Vegas, you know, because I was only about 90 minutes away. But I really haven't done much with Creation.
Yeah. So let's see. Michael says depends on how many cons you go to in a year. Yeah. So like, yeah, if you're somebody who goes to a bunch of cons in a year, then the $1,000 for an entire cast isn't bad. Right. Michael Flores says they may give you a lot of autographs, but if you don't care for the other actors, it's a waste of money. That's true. Yeah. And Michael Harrison said, and now that some of these people are charging up to $25 extra for personalization, another good.
Well, I know, I know a dealer who goes to them, especially on the West Coast, and she will trade you any of her autographs that she has for the Jared and Jensen's. So, so a lot of people will get the Jared and Jensen and then trade her for somebody that they don't have. She'll give them like store credit at her booth for stuff.
I mean, that's the money. I mean, and Joe does say you can bring your own item. So yeah, so I think that's what Kendall and I actually did a lot of research, and we really were actively talking about potentially making that a big, because we haven't. I mean, when we were going to go to Emerald City Comic Con, and we go to Portland, but that's not. I don't feel like that's really traveling. I mean, yeah, it's a drive, but this would have been like a convention that we actually packed up a suitcase and went to. Well, yeah, and so we actually were. Huh?
Yeah, because you guys are probably 6 hours from Seattle.
Yeah, it's only about a 6-hour drive. It's not bad. Yeah. So I consider Emerald City Comic Con a local Comic Con for us. If I can drive there, and if I can leave at 5 a.m. and get to where I'm going and have all day still, it's local.
People on the East Coast are like, what? Because when I lived in New York City, right, we're 2 hours from Boston, 2 hours to Philly, 3 hours to DC. You know, 2/3 of the United States population lives within you know, I think it was 7 hours of Atlantic City. Yeah. You know, it's crazy. You know.
Yeah. No. So you're gonna love it. So in our little town, Medford, we have exit 27 and exit 30. So literally 2 exits. There's no other exits between them. 3 miles, maybe. And they split it. They call it South Medford and North Medford. And I'm not joking. If South Medford at exit 27 gets a Five Guys, for example, this just happened, then they have to put one at exit 30. Because God forbid these people have to drive one exit to get to somewhere.
Right.
It blows my mind. And maybe it's just because I grew up in Southern California. So that one exit in Southern California would have taken 20 minutes to get to. But here, it does. You can get there in 3 minutes. Just go.
But you got to think, like in California, that one exit, might be 1 mile or 1 mile between exits, but that one exit will go, I guess, vertically, for how many miles, and it'll, that one exit has to cover like all the people in that vertical strip.
Yeah, yeah. So they literally, we have South Medford and North Medford. It's a 3 mile difference, and they have to have the same stuff. Let's get to some more. So Karen, no, I have not gotten Jared and Jensen yet. I think you kind of just answered that because we were talking about going. And she said she loved the movie on Netflix called Project Power. Did you see it? I have not watched it yet. I want to. Did you watch it, Marco?
Not yet. Right now, I'm not in the mental place for movies. I'm all about the TV shows.
Yeah.
So I have my Netflix. I'm ready to watch Power. I really want to watch Old Guard.
Old Guard, yeah. Those are the two that are on the top of our list, too, to watch. The two new ones that just came out.
Yeah. And I'm super excited to watch both of those.
Yeah.
I mean, I like their movies. I mean, a lot of people gave a lot of shit about, was it Bright or Blight?
Bright.
But I actually enjoyed it.
I thought it was fun. I understand the criticism of it, but I did think it was fun. It was a fun movie.
See, that's how I rate things, especially movies, is either was it fun or not fun.
I'm excited because I don't know if people who follow me personally on Facebook know that on Friday we went to an actual movie theater and saw The New Mutants.
Did you like it?
I did. However, I 100% understand the criticism. So if you are not a fan of the characters, Wolfsbane, Magic, Cannonball, if you don't know who these obscure characters are, they don't explain them. So you're not going to, the movie kind of just assumes that you know who these people are.
And so I couldn't tell you who those people are.
Yeah. It doesn't do a really, really good job of, it's kind of like, it wants you to kind of, I think, feel kind of confused and crazy because that's the idea. So I can understand why people did not like it. But this Fright, so that we actually had to travel, again, we had to travel to a town about 20 minutes away, Ashland. We've talked about Ashland, Oregon before.
Yeah.
So we had to travel to Ashland because they had their theater open, but our local theater is opening this Friday, and we're going to go see Tenet.
Nice.
So I'm excited.
Speaking of, I think we should also say something about, was it Chad Boswick?
Oh, yeah. So sad.
And, he was fighting cancer for 4 years.
And people didn't know.
People didn't know, but I think the studio and everybody did know. And I think that's why the rumors of Siri taking over the role of Black Panther has been out pretty much since the end of the movies.
So I love that you said that because I think that that's obviously the way to go. I think that in our day and age of female empowerment, you have a movie coming out, you have Thor Love and Thunder, where Jane Foster takes over the hammer. I think the idea of having her take over as the Black Panther is brilliant.
I think they've been, like I said, there's been rumors about it for at least 2 years.
Yeah, I do think I've heard I've seen, I don't know if you've seen this, I know you're busy. There's been a jump where there's like people wanting them to somehow use an Infinity Stone to bring back Michael B. Jordan.
Right.
And have him be the Black Panther in some weird twist. I don't know. So there's people pulling for Michael B. Jordan, but there's always those people like you look at a great example is the woman who plays Iris West on The Flash,
right?
And you look at because they made Iris a black woman, the pushback they got, like people just. I will say I find it interesting how.
Wait, she's not. She wasn't black, Iris. I never read the comics. My only experience with the Flash is actually the CW show.
So the joke is there's an ongoing joke with the CW that if you were a redhead in the comics, they make you black.
Is that it?
Because Jimmy Olsen, black. Iris West, black. The entire West family, Wally West, black. Like if you are a redhead in the comic, you're going to become African American on the TV show.
You know what's actually interesting, and it's kind of sad at the same time, is the amount of shows that are very diverse, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, a lot of these shows are incredibly diverse, right? Even like say Cursed, right?
Yeah.
Arthur and is African or dark skin. They don't really have a nationality or whatever, but and so is Morgana, is his sister, Yeah. And but always the main character, right? The protagonist, is always white.
Yeah.
But then everybody else in the show is not. You know what I mean? It's like we've gotten to the point where they're very diverse, like these shows, but the lead person always has to be white.
Yeah.
I'm just this thing about this,
change takes time.
I know, but I'm just like, if you take any of these TV shows, right, and you look at the cast, right, that are the show might only have one white person in it, but it's the main person.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, no, I feel you.
Well,
but yeah, getting back to what we're talking.
I've had that conversation too. I've had people come up to me at shows, like other autograph dealers, who refuse to work with African American signers.
Ridiculous.
Because they say they don't sell.
That's ridiculous.
I've actually had that conversation with 4 or 5 different people. But my cultures are proving people wrong, man.
Mike Coulter is.
I'm pretty much
that guy. That guy's gonna. If you guys haven't, jump over to 258 West and pick up a Mike Coulter autograph for $40. Because I'm telling you right now, that guy's going places.
You know what? Well, back to the Black Panther, right? Who would also be really good is the actor, the Duke guy who played the other tribal leader that he went to when he got banished.
Oh yeah,
he was on that. He's in that movie with Mark Wahlberg, where Mark Wahlberg gets out of jail on Netflix.
You know who I really enjoyed? Did you watch Luke Cage, right?
Yeah.
What was that actor? I know there's going to be somebody who's going to pop up in the comments and tell me the actor who played. Oh my god, I can't remember his villain name now. In the second season of Luke Cage, the African guy.
His brother.
What was that guy's name?
The War something.
Yeah, Warmonger.
It might have been Warmonger. No,
I forget the guy's name. I know people.
Because Warmonger's.
Hey, there we go. Everybody's popping up saying Winston Duke. That guy is talented.
Well, that's the guy from. No, Winston Duke's the guy from Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
Remember, he's the guy that was on the throne.
I'm thinking of from Luke Cage.
Let me see.
Come on, chat. As soon as lag picks up. Terry just popped in here. Terry, who'd you get in Autograph City? What was your pull, man? Let us know. Let us know who you got. Karen is talking about, let's see, first powerful woman I saw was Angelina Jolie in Tomb Raider. When she punched a man, I cheered so much. Yeah, Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raider was great. Stacy's saying Ali. Is that my guy?
No, it's the Bushmaster.
Bushmaster, that's it.
Mustafa Shakir.
He's great. He is. You want to talk about somebody who was underrated? I think in their role, he was so intriguing.
You know who? You know what TV show he's gonna be on?
What?
Get this, Cowboy Bebop as Jet Black. So you can have John Cho, right?
Yeah.
And him.
I think he's so talented. Yeah, Joe Cohen said big Jamaican guy. Yeah, that guy. He was. I feel like he kind of stole season 2 a little bit with his acting. Was great.
I think it was season 3.
Was there 3 seasons of Luke Cage? I thought there was only 2.
I thought there was 3.
I think there's only 2 seasons of Luke Cage. Yeah, Marsala Ali Marsala Ali's an amazing actor too. He's incredible. But no, the guy who played Bushmaster, the big Jamaican dude, he was so intriguing to watch, and he brought kind of a different, just the Bushmaster character just brought kind of a different element.
But yeah, that was his older brother in the storyline.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember right.
Terry Brown pulled a Pamela Anderson autograph. Do you have a Pamela Anderson story?
I had a chance to get her autograph, but I turned it down. There was a.
So so you can tell all your buddies that you had a chance to get Pam and you turned her down.
No, she was doing a signing for the up in New York for a buddy of mine, the New York events. He does mostly Giants autographs.
Okay.
But he also does. I got my Pauly Shore signed through him. Oh,
okay. I remember you had Pauly Shore in the club.
But he had Pamela Anderson as well, and
I think I just heard
just
Pauly's
got too much money.
Pauly's got a new show coming. I think I heard in maybe it was, I know Zobi was doing a V shot with Pauly, and they said it was delayed because he's filming.
I don't know.
I think Pauly might have a new show coming.
I heard he's not that great to work with.
How was he with the? Was the signing a buy, or did you actually do a signing with him?
It was a sign out kind of
sign out
thing. It was kind of it was like a pre-sign out. Like,
okay,
I knew that they were doing the signing, and we agreed to a price and an amount prior to him signing.
You know, Pauly was funny. He was actually at. I did not get his autograph, but he was actually at Rose City Comic Con, and he was one of those guests. So Rose City Comic Con was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Pauly's page for the signing said, I think it said like only Saturday or only Sunday. So even though you go there and he's only going to be there on Sunday, he still has this like little autograph booth set up, right?
Right.
And so we're there in line on Friday, first thing Friday morning, we're there in line, and he's sitting at his booth. Nobody's there. Nobody's around him. And he's just sitting there, even though his thing said like only one day. The first day, right in the morning, he's just chilling, talking to his person.
I saw like a meme today of somebody did like a Beetlejuice Pauly Shore mashup.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know, it was like instead of like saying Beetlejuice, it was like you said something else, like Weasel Juice or something. I don't know. But
that might Stacy just said follow the weasel. That might be the new show he's doing. Yeah, Jess Wright says he was at Rayleigh Galaxy Con. No one was at his booth. It was at a C. See, so when on his day, I think it was maybe on Saturday, there was people, but on Friday he just sat there all day. Like, why wouldn't you? Maybe his flight got in early. I don't know, but yeah, he was just chilling. Nobody.
I know some actors that will, if there's not a lot of people in their line, will step away, and just hang out in the back until their line gets like 20 or 30 people, and they'll come out and sign like 10 or 15, and then walk away and let their line fill up to about 30.
Well, yeah, because lines create draw.
Yeah, and they don't want their line to like have no line.
Yeah, Joe says he only does shows when he's got a comedy gig in that town, and that was true. He did have a show, I believe, Saturday night. He had a comedy show, and that's why I think it said only Saturday morning, because he was going to do a show Saturday night and then he was going to be done. But for whatever reason, he was just sitting there all day Friday doing nothing.
Well, I think we're gonna call this the hangout show because we just pretty much just hung out.
I think it's nice. We've gotten. It's just so much fun to go. Like you look at. We started out. I think we started out with a Chevy Chase story.
Right.
We get to Bushmaster from Luke Cage and Pauly Shore.
But I think we're gonna go ahead and call it because for tonight.
All right, guys.
So thank you for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us.
We still haven't done an intro yet, have we?
We need to create an intro one day.
Let's do an intro. We did have our starting soon sign though.
I'm telling you, you just need to. We need to just maybe we'll see if Jim Parsons ever goes on Cameo. We'll have him do we'll have him film an intro for us.
I tried. I sent an offer out to him once. Didn't get accepted, but
no. But it'd be fun to just have him do. And now
I do have a Big
Marco
Bang
Guerrero
cast.
presents Fun with Autographs with guest Michael.
A Big Bang Theory cast sign piece though.
You have a cast sign Big Bang?
Yep, from Paley Fest.
That's awesome, man.
All right, guys. Take
care.
All right,
everybody. It's been fun. It's been real.
Let's see if this will work.
Bye.
Caster.
Peace sign. Karen just said have little Sheldon do it. That's a great idea.
Why is my guess? Okay, here we go. Off and off.